I do have skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
G'day guys. Well, it's Sunday night. Tomorrow, like last week, Monday, I'm going to be going out and about. I've got an hour to kill while my wife's doing some cardio rehab. So I'm going to be back in Henderson. Now, unlike last week where I really went, for shits and giggles, I wasn't 100% prepared. I just had my monopod with the GoPro strapped to it, which is pretty much the footage you saw in the last P.I.P.P Test. This week, because I've taken some time to get a little bit more prepared, I've decided that because I got myself one of these SWAT vests last year and I thought, fuck, it's been hanging in the wardrobe, might as well use it. So I've got some backup batteries in here, the old Leatherman, a couple of torches, in case they want to start fucking around with, all sorts of shit. It does everything. So, not that I expect that will make much difference in the daytime, but you never know. I've got the old pen cam going here as well. I've glued a mount up on the top here, so I'm going to have the GoPro or the other Wi-Fi cam mounted here. I'm going to have the camera I'm obviously talking on, which is the Canon, with the other little sports cam mounted for reverse cam as well, along with the whole normal stabilizer. I'm also going to have the P900, got the gloves, got the whistles, got all the shits and bells and giggles you may possibly need in here. We've got monopods, GoPro straps, I've got pretty much anything I need to set up any sort of rig while I'm out there. If I carry the tripod with me as well, I could go full hogs, but never to say, this is more of a recheck and a test after last week's altercation I had with them. You even got the little pistol grip here. Try and pull it out for you. Old News Now Houston loves his pistol grips for his Canon, so why not? So that's the front. Up the top here, little set of pull-off headphone grips in there for extra cables. You name it. I fucking strapped whatever I could to this piece of shit, and it weighs quite a hefty weight, because on the back we have the monopod strapped there as well, so I can have the P900 strapped up onto here and the GoPro strapped on in front. So if I'm just holding the bar across my chest with this not actually working, the GoPro is still going to be taking a shot here. Plus there's still going to be the one up on the shoulder mount up here as well, or the Predator cam if you want to go by Teresa R. Love that. On the back here we've got the old sunglass cam in its case. We've got things like wet weather gear, rain jackets, extra leads, extra whatever, and extra space in case I want to fucking take a drink with me. Yeah, pretty much everything I could possibly need in here. Now, the bonus plan is, because I'm going to Henderson, inside here I have a little pile of paperwork, which I'll try and rip out for you just briefly. And in my, things like little cards that explain what your rights are. It's basically just an outline of the Bill of Rights Act 1990 for New Zealand. So if I need to know what the cause and nature is that I'm being detained under section, say, 24A or 23, I can go straight to it. Bet you they can't. If they have concerns, now, I've got the Trespass Act here just in case they want to pull that little fucking chestnut. If I strike someone much like I struck, and I didn't get the guy's last name last week, another copy of New Zealand Bill of Rights, just in case an officer actually wants to see the originals. In my little laminated sections here, we've got more Bill of Rights, Constable's Oath, and I have this little beauty. Now, on the back of it's the Summary Offences Act, and also about peeping and peering that our mate Brian likes to talk about. But on the front side, there is a small copy of a letter, Okay, it was dated the 13th of the 10th, 2015 to me. And it says, now this is because the cop took particular interest that I was recording the back entry of the police station from the public sidewalk. Now, because of what Brian did back in 2015, I filed the IPCA complaint. And this is the IPCA response letter that I got from them. I am writing to you in respect of the above complaint relating to the issues that you raised in regards to your interaction with Sergeant Brian Leslie outside the Henderson Police Station on the 24th of 9th, 2015. Specifically, you have complained about being spoken to by Sergeant Leslie and accused of peeping and peering, and being detained and having your privacy breached. He had no right to my information. It was just, he said was talking to me because of peeping and peering, and because I wouldn't just blindly give up my information, he then switched over to, oh well, seeing you're in the driver's seat of a vehicle under the Land Transport Act, I need to see your driver's license. That is the only reason I let him see it. I didn't give it to him. Never give them your fucking license. They'll hold on to it and keep you there for half an hour. You show them it. You don't have to produce it for them to have. You only have to produce it for them to inspect, so you can hold it up to the fucking window. Anyway, I move on. My investigation into your complaint reveals that there is no basis to consider you were peeping and peering, and that strictly speaking, there is little or no expectation of privacy when considering the rear car park area of the Henderson Police Station. Well, that's from Matthew Lawrenson, I think it is. I know it's Sergeant Response. Yeah, needless to say, I'm pretty sure it was Matt Lawrenson. He was the guy who rang me up on the phone and spoke to me and then sent me this letter through. So I also determined that Sergeant Leslie acted appropriately when he approached and spoke to you and requested your driver's license details under the Land Transport Act. Okay, so he's making that that difference. If you go back and watch the actual original video, you'll see that he approached me because of me recording. Ironically, they were in the back of the car park of the police station being recorded by a professional recorder doing an 0800 New Cops ad. And I was just sitting there catching the bloopers. Killing some fucking time. So, I mean, what safer place to park if you've got nothing better to do than outside a police station, wouldn't you think? Anyway, this matter has been conciliated and no further action will be taken by the police. Well, that's good, because all I needed was this little letter here, which now says it's perfectly okay for me to stand outside the Henderson Police Station and record them, because there's little to no privacy, and I can gather matters of public interest for my popular online YouTube channel as much as I damn well please. So, let's see how much of a kick and a fuss they bring up when they see a guy like me, dressed with a full fucking SWAT jacket full of gear on, standing outside with probably 5 or 6 cameras running, just for shits and giggles. We'll see how upset and paranoid their little unreasonable expectations of privacy are with a camera guy standing on a public fucking sidewalk. And I would point out, last week, the copper, he went and parked in that private car park. That's the same private car park where clampers are operating on. Now, given he didn't park in that car park to go to any business in that car park, in fact, he promptly left the car park. Terms and conditions of that car park are that if you leave the property, your vehicle's subject to be towed. Isn't he lucky? You know, they should really brush up on the law that they're trying to enforce. But that's another matter. I just found it somewhat funny. Anyway, this is just really an intro for tomorrow's little escapade, and we'll see how we get on. Until then, bye. It's getting late.
Gotta get inside, gotta light 'em up, gotta hit 'em high with a rifle. What do you think that we do when we run inside? Do we run and hide? So split the team to the left, to the right. If you take that hit, everybody gonna fly. Team Rainbow Six, then you know you're gonna die, leaving nobody alive. Going into the ceiling, we killing, we infiltrating the building. Don't shoot them in the leg, gotta shoot them in the head.